Hi there and welcome to another video from Max Revs. If you've seen the title to this video, that is correct. Max is back and welcome to season 2 of Max Revs, enjoying life and cars to the max. It brings me great joy to be back. I've really missed this. I'd like to cover 3 things in this video. 1, why did I stop making videos in the first place? 2, why do I feel it's right to start making videos again? And 3, the material we're going to cover on this channel. So let's get stuck in. So why did I stop making videos? I was never one to kind of promote myself and just make videos for no reason whatsoever. There was a specific reason I started my YouTube channel in the beginning, and that was to share information I was discovering as I purchased my very first Porsche, my very first 2-seater sports car. I think buying a Porsche is quite different to any other sports car from my perspective. The numbers, the generations, 987, 981, at the time I was really confused. Gen 1, Gen 2, it was just a very difficult thing for me to come to terms with. And then there was all those things around the options, what are important options, rev range data, the fact there was a computer in there that monitored over revs. This was quite bewildering for me at the beginning. And I thought, you know what, I just want to try to capture this information and kind of share that with the community. Initially, I had loads of material to bring. I changed the exhaust, I did alignment, just getting a really good wheel alignment dialed in. We're not talking about going to a usual kind of run-of-the-mill mechanic shop. We're talking about really good kind of wheel alignment as I get done down at center gravity. There was so much to learn, tyres, compounds, all that kind of stuff. And there was loads of material to bring. And actually during COVID, there was a lot of engagement with the channel, with the community. I loved spending time with you guys, reaching out, car meets, all that kind of good stuff. However, every story has a beginning, a middle and an end. And with my purchase of my 981 GT4, my dream car, there was not much else to bring you. So rather than just regurgitate old material, bring content for the sake of bringing content, my kind of bar was being, if I'm not bringing something which is entertainment or something which is educational about Porsche ownership, why am I really making that video? So that's why I stopped. I had nothing further to bring. I think the story was done. Cayman ownership had peaked for me, and I was just about kind of enjoying the car for my own benefit. Why am I back making content? What kind of material am I going to bring to you in 2024? I really want to focus on what's going on up here in the brain, the kind of psychological aspect. We will be touching on men's mental health subjects such as depression. I did actually get pretty depressed earlier on in my life. I'd wake up every morning thinking, is this job, is this my life, is this all that I'm going to be doing? I'm 49, actually no, I'm 48 now, I'll be 49 this year. But I do feel that I've been through various stages in life, and there was nobody there to help me, to maybe just let me know that what I'm feeling is okay. And what I'd like to do on this channel through the lens of car ownership is discuss men's mental health. I believe there's a huge number of issues to be discussed here. After all, why did I purchase a 981 GT4? It's certainly not because I'm a track fiend. I don't really want to track the car. I've tracked it once. That's not why I bought the car. However, it's a track-focused car. People buy a 911 GT3 RS and drive it on the road. Now, that's not why you buy that car, but people buy that car. And this is not about saying what's right or wrong. I want to understand what's going on in people's minds. And to be fair, that's helped me understand what's going on in my mind. I think now I'm at the stage where I'm very confident in who I am. I'm not a racing driver. I can actually say I don't want to be the fastest on road. I don't want to be the fastest on track. I just want to enjoy myself. I've learned so much about myself being with other guys on road trips. We'll be driving through country passes, whether it's in Europe or in the UK. And actually, I don't really enjoy going too fast where I feel I'm driving beyond the limits of myself, and I don't want to be endangering people on public roads. So let's be very clear. I am not a racing driver. I could not get the best lap times on a racetrack. I just want to enjoy myself. And yes, I've purchased a GT4, which was made by Porsche as a kind of a track-capable car, but that doesn't mean it can only be used on track. There are many other reasons why I've purchased a GT4, and we'll all come into that kind of stuff in later videos. Most videos on YouTube will always focus on the technicals of an engine, the BHP, how does it drive on track, you'll see someone doing wheel spin, all that kind of stuff. There are many reasons that we choose to purchase a car, and most of it, I believe, is not down to the numerical quantitative aspect. And what I mean by that is, it's not because of the weight of the car, the weight distribution, the stiffness of the shocks, the fuel economy. These things are things that we may consider when we purchase a car, but we really buy cars with our hearts. And that's what I really want to talk about, the more qualitative elements here. The color of the car that you buy, the brand that you buy, the shape, the look, the profile of the car. I mean, there are so many people that buy GT3 RSs, GT products, Lamborghinis, cars that have 6, 7, 800 brake horsepower. And believe me, they do not use that power on the road. In fact, I'll probably say most of them don't even use that power on the track. So why did they purchase those cars? I want to cover all of that in this channel with the new content that I bring you. We will be touching upon scientific, psychological aspects here from many studies done throughout the world. I don't do very well in winter. I need the sun to be happy. I need to be out and about in my car, and just left to my own devices, you know, I do need social company. And I think this is what this channel is doing for me. By connecting with other people, it's a very powerful thing for me. Now, I know you guys are scattered throughout the world, but just reading comments on a video is a remarkably uplifting thing for me. I say uplifting because I hope you're saying positive things, but some people are just going to say, what the hell are you doing making these videos? And that's fine. You're all entitled to your opinion, but don't be negative for the sake of it. You know, if you're just going to try to bring somebody down because you're having a bad day, that's not good gameplay from my perspective. A lot of my Cayman journey has been psychological in nature. I did want to rediscover myself. So I guess when I first purchased my Cayman, my kids were that little bit older. They were no longer in nappies. I got approval from my wife to basically buy a sports car. And there's a specific reason I bought a 2-seater sports car, because it was to allow me to escape day-to-day life. So I wasn't a father, I wasn't an employee. I could just escape, be me, and be me with other people like me. I think as you get married and you kind of your social kind of circle can change, or your social needs may change. I want to escape my reality. I want to escape my office environment. I want to escape being at home, and there's nothing wrong with that. Why am I coming back to YouTube, and why did I originally start bringing video material? I work as a software engineer, so I'm kind of principally knowledge-based, using my hands, but using my hands to write software. And there's no physical, tangible product at the end of that. Now, it's been well proven in psychology, those who use their hands to construct something solid, tangible, that they can see at the end of the day, on average, tend to be happier than those whose efforts are hidden. So if you're a builder, a plumber, you work with wood, you use your skills on your craft during your day, there's a physical product day to day, you see movement and improvement in what you're doing, and that really helps the kind of the feedback loop with the brain, how your efforts are linked to rewards. Now, working in my industry, working in any kind of knowledge-based industry, whether you're a lawyer, an accountant, or software engineer, you're putting your efforts into something which may not be physically tangible. And I think for just general mental well-being, there needs to be a feedback loop between your effort, your investment in effort, and what does that mean? Are you making a difference to the world? How are you feeling that difference? How are you connecting to that feedback? And I guess for me as a software engineer, I felt that loop had been broken. I was not really sensing any benefit from the work that I was doing. So this is where I feel YouTube allows me to be really creative. You'll probably notice there's a bit of lighting going on. I had to learn, had to buy some lights. I love making YouTube videos. The lighting process, the cameras, the gears, I love all that kind of stuff. And I like editing videos and all that's kind of the workflow around bringing a good video to YouTube. By bringing you YouTube material, I'm actually doing myself a favor. I'm not going to lie there. I really enjoy doing this, and it's a really good kind of hobby for me. Now, I know not all of you may be up for enjoying the human mind and how that links into the car community, but give me a chance. I'm exploring this myself and working my way through. I'm pretty convinced it's going to be very interesting. After all, we all have a brain, and I'm sure there's a lot of subconscious stuff going on in our brains that we're not truly connected to or aware of, and I think there's a huge amount that we can learn here. You can see over there, I've got a huge amount of car cleaning products. I love cleaning my car, and it gives me a sense of pride. I do enjoy cleaning the car. It's not a burden for me. I know many people will just pay somebody, $50 to get their car cleaned. That's not what I want to do. And you could argue, why did I get PPF applied to the car when the car already had PPF? There's an element of like nurturing care that applies to things that I own. And I am pretty precious of the Cayman. Having said that, I've got loads of stone chips in the PPF because I want to use the car and enjoy the car. So, I want to protect the car, and I believe all of that is just how my brain is geared up to deal with Cayman ownership. Anyway, that's a lot to cover in just one video. So we covered why I stopped making videos. We've covered why I'm starting again, because I want to really explore the human mind, how it relates to car ownership, and I do want to discuss mental health. Not just mine, I'd like to bring other people onto this channel, and I will be kind of very, very honest on this channel. I've always been honest, but I've never really spoken about times that I was depressed in my life. I would like to share that with you because if there's anything I've learned in this life, there are thousands of men, if not millions of men, going through the same issues that we are, and there's strength in numbers. We all have some kind of an alpha male template in our brains based on when we were young. We can maybe be quite hard on ourselves if we're living up to that ideal of what we call the alpha male. Be that a strong man, are you the main financial breadwinner? What does it mean to us about being a successful man? And we may not be as successful or as alpha as we may have wanted in our earlier years, but that's okay. And I want to talk through all of that because I could be stronger, I could be better looking, I could have more money. Trust me, there's a lot of the times when I've thought, I wish I could have more money. I believe money can make you happier in your life. However, the pursuit of money can make you unhappy because, winning the lottery is very different to saying, how am I going to somehow make more money? Everything comes at a trade-off. I am sacrificing my happiness today for happiness in the future. And I have done that in my past as well. Even 10 years ago, I was sacrificing happiness now for happiness later by working long hours, maybe working in a job that was not my dream job, but that's just what I was doing to provide income for my family and allow me to live outside of work. So many different topics we have to cover on this channel. I hope you stick around. We're a lot more similar than we think we are. Let me know if you think the content on this channel is going to be something that you're going to enjoy by giving me a thumbs up, please. There will be car content as per usual on this channel. As I said, I'm going to do some things with the car. I'm going to turn it into a GT, but more of a Grand Tourer, less of a track car, but more on that later. Thank you for joining me on this initial video of Season 2. I'll try and bring you some structure on the videos which are to follow. Once again, I'm really excited to be back. I really hope you can be part of this journey with me. Enjoying life and cars to the max, and until the next video, see ya.